All right. Guess what time it is? It's Paranormal Portal time, folks. Hope everybody's doing great. How you guys been? Having a good night, I hope. And if not, then by God, I don't know what to tell you. I got to do this, though. I forgot to click it. But I'm clicking it now because I got to, let Sheldon in the door. Looks like he must have got done earlier. I thought I already clicked it. I had it all lined up. And I'm not alone, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. I just got on myself, Sheldon. I hadn't left you hanging for long, but I had pulled it up. So, but ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sheldon Thomas, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good. I thought I got forgotten for a bit there, but here I am.
No.
I'm doing good. I am filled with the best American meal you can have, pizza and Mountain Dew. That's the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to be a gassy mess, though, huh? Good thing we're connecting remotely.
Nah, no bombs away this time.
All right. Well, good. I spent years smelling your colon. No, I'm just kidding. That sounded all wrong. It's just a teenage boy. A teenage boy is what I mean. It's just like, man.
Why do you do this?
I don't even know. I wish I could take back words. I wish you could just grab them back and go, no, whoops. Edit, much like a Facebook message, but you can't. You just got to deal with the repercussions of whatever the hell comes out of my mouth.
Yeah.
How you doing, Sheldon? Good?
I'm doing fantastic. With a full belly and vigorous feeling inside of me, I'm feeling good.
It's your first time on the show since the conference.
Yes.
What was your reflections of being at your first conference?
Amazing. It was a blast. It really was. Talking with everyone there. Even, I got to show everyone what I got.
He's got to show everybody. I knew this was coming. Ladies and gentlemen, like father, like son.
From Dr. Jeff Meldrum. I got my own cast of a Bigfoot foot. And look at how big that is.
That's big.
My God.
I know, right? Yeah, I was holding up mine last.
On me and some.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I could stomp your head in the pudding. Yeah. One stomp, boom, done. That's really cool. Yeah, Dr. Jeff Meldrum had that, and he gave you a little perk.
Yes, he did. Beautiful. And also, no, I can't forget that I had to pair it up with his very own.
Holy. His book.
I'm being censored.
The man's onto us, man.
I can't. It's Sasquatch.
Sasquatch led meet science.
Dr. Jeff Meldrum.
Yeah. And you also got something from Chucky.
Oh my gosh. Yes, it's still in the bag. Be right back.
Oh, yeah. And Chucky of course, came to the conference as well as Pam. We saw both of them, and Chucky gave each of us, including Portal Mom, a nice iron metal cutout. I got the D-hole track. It's on the wall right there on the wall behind me. And that is an actual Dole track that Chucky actually found and made a life-size replica of. So Doles have huge feet, by the way, just for the record. But he made a Bigfoot version of that for Sheldon and my mom and Don. And Sheldon's gone. So we got a hell of a show lined up for you guys, though. Oh, here he is. He's back. He's back. And
ladies and gentlemen, from Chucky Danger himself, my very own Paranormal Portal plaque.
Isn't that cool?
It's amazing.
Yeah, those are beautiful. And they're metal and they're powder coated. So Chucky's friend cut out the metal and Chucky powder coated them, and they're just beautiful. They got like a coppery finish on them. They're awesome. Yep. And it's signed. Yep, Sheldon got the signed one. Yeah.
Yes, Chucky I got the Danger. Signed one.
Yep. So very cool. Glad you had a good time, buddy. Thanks for coming and joining in the conference. That was a lot of fun. And of course, it's always good to get together with you. Being as you are the fruit of my loins.
That's right. Of the loins.
That sounds so horrible. Sorry. That's another thing I wish I could take back.
Oh, God. No, but Chucky, thank you so much again. That meant the world to me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was very cool. Very cool night. But we got a cool night for you guys as well. We're going to be doing the news here in just a moment. And after that, we're going to get to the Discord question of the week, which was also wrangled by Chucky tonight, which is awesome. Thank you, Chucky. I appreciate that. That goes so far in helping me. I've been busy all day ever since I woke up doing some stuff for the podcast that releases Monday. I had to record. I had to edit. I was just been swamped all day. So that really, really makes things so much easier. So thank you so much. And thank you to all of you who participated in those on the Discord. If you're not already a member of Discord, you can become a member by going to discord.gg/paranormal portal. And that's our Discord server. You can become a part of it. And then basically, if you're wondering what is Discord, it's kind of like a continuation of the YouTube chat, except all the time, whenever you can find other people on. So I'll put a link in the YouTube chat. I'll paste it or pin it in there. So join the Discord. I should have done this before I started, but as usual, https://discord.gg paranormal portal. I wonder how many times I've actually typed the word paranormal portal, Sheldon. Like if there was, oh no, those things are in the way. I got those emojis. I feel like
at this point it's probably thousands,
if
not more or less. I don't know.
Come on, how do I get that? I can't get it. I can't get I got to wait till it scrolls. Somebody type something in the chat and make that scroll up so I can pin it. Thank you.
Oh.
I got this new controller that's appearing in my chat now. And it allows you to put like heart emojis and stuff on the screen or 100%. Do you have that, Sheldon, on yours?
On Discord?
No, it'd be on YouTube. It's in the YouTube live chat. It's a new feature where you can just make hearts pop up and stuff. Kind of like on Twitch, actually. It's very.
Oh, how do you do that?
Well, if you don't have it, I don't know, because it wasn't on my screen yesterday. I saw everybody else could do it. And do you see the hearts and the smiley faces and stuff popping up?
No.
You don't? Okay. All right. Well, maybe it's one of those things that it'll be distributed more widely soon, but I see all kinds of things popping up on the screen from people. And I can make one of them pop up as well at a time. So anyway, sorry, I'm kind of scatterbrained today because tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, again, there won't be a live show. There won't be a scheduled live show. However, I am going on an investigation with my good friend, Mr. Charles Howard Johnson, and we will be investigating the Montvale Hotel in Spokane, Washington. It is, I believe, the oldest hotel in Spokane. And we're going to be on the third floor where all the activity is, as well as the most haunted room of the hotel, allegedly. So It'll be just like the Davenport Hotel, which we stayed in the circus room, which is the most haunted hotel room. And we had some pretty cool activity, but we'll be staying in the Montvale in that most haunted room. And so we'll see. I don't know what kind of claims are coming out of there. I haven't really researched it, but that'll be happening tomorrow. So what I will tell you is that make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit the like, hit and subscribe and ring the bell, because I'll try to do some lead into it. Like, hey, going to stream live on social media. I'll post that, and then you can hopefully have heads up. But if I just launch it and forget that part, you'll still should get the notifications. Now, if you're also a member, and you can see all the green names in our chat, we have a huge percentage of members in our chat. You guys are also going to get an additional stream tomorrow night where I'm doing some actual investigating. I'll stream for all of you, kind of give you a walk around the place, what we're going to be doing and stuff. But the members for the YouTube channel, you guys will be getting some actual investigation at the Montvale Hotel as we're doing it. Maybe even in our room. I don't know where. We'll just play it by ear. But I've got a whole bunch of new investigation pieces of equipment. Special thanks to all of you who have given so much to help. That has been amazing and has allowed me to do that. And, we'll just see what we find out. I don't know. I've never been there, but I'm really excited. So that'll be tomorrow night here on the Paranormal Portal. So watch the YouTube channel. Again, ring the bell, all notifications. So, anyway, Sheldon, you ready for some news?
Always.
We're going to get to some news, ladies and gentlemen, and find out just what the hell's been going on in the last 24 hours or longer. It depends on the age of the article I pulled up. But for me, it'll be all new. All new news for me, because I never listen to any news. So I just find articles like, ooh, this looks good. All right, let's get to the news, ladies and gentlemen.
The news.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Paranormal Portal News Desk, where we bring you the most timely and current news that we can find, and got that going for you. You know what I've been doing also, Sheldon?
What's that?
Charging every battery for every device that I have.
Yeah,
I've been doing marathon charging all day, and everything should be maxed out. I got packages and new batteries because battery drain is real common in paranormal investigating. And at the Davenport, when Charles and I investigated, we lost a lot of batteries. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow at the Montvale. But I've got a whole big package of batteries, different sizes and stuff. So sling the news. You're right, Rachel. Chucky, I saw you said you'll put it on the TV for your birthday party. That's the way to celebrate, man. You're bringing us with you. I appreciate it. When's your birthday, Chucky? Is it tomorrow?
Yeah, we need to know.
We need to know, because I'll have to wish you a special happy birthday tomorrow if that's when it is. Otherwise, if it's today, happy birthday. Hope you're having a great...
Happy birthday, Chucky, just in case.
Well, you can tell him now, because you probably won't be. You won't be at the hotel. So.
Oh, Sunday.
Sunday's your birthday. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, you can put it up for your friends. I guess that's fine. Yeah. Show them how cool the portal is. Absolutely, brother. Appreciate you spreading the word, and thank you to everybody who spreads the word. But the first news story up for the night is, I don't see. You see Portal Mom in here today?
I haven't seen her yet. Nope.
Wait. No, John's here. John and Portal Mom have a very similar template, so I'm just looking. Oh. No, I haven't seen her. Where's Portal Mom? She's tardy. She might just be listening, though. I just had to look. But anyway, here we go, folks. First article up tonight on the news is, I don't know if this is a real thing or not, but I think I'd do it. Would you guys, though? And what I'm talking about, of course, is that according to Unexplained Mysteries, unexplained-mysteries.com, which is a phenomenal site. Please support what they're doing. Visit them. Just go to unexplained-mysteries.com. There's so much over there. It's amazing. So the first article from unexplained-mysteries.com, Would you spend the night in the Paris catacombs for $10 million? Sheldon, do you know what the Paris catacombs are, Sheldon?
Yeah, it's a vast network of tunnels that are under Paris that were used in. That's about the range of my knowledge with it.
Well, they also used it to dispose of bodies during the plague, and that's why there's.
Oh, there's a bunch of skulls. That's right.
There's a whole bunch of bones down there, and it's believed to be very wildly haunted. There's legends of creatures down there. There's people that have gone missing and never seen again in those Paris catacombs. So, and they are strictly off limits to the public, which means, of course, that a lot of people go in there and party and do all kinds of debauchery, I'm sure, including rituals, is what I understand. So, would you?
For $10 million, I'd spend a week. Oh, yeah.
Dude, why stretch it if they're going to give it to you for a night? RJ Windwalker says yes.
It was for a week.
Even if it was for a week? Yeah, I probably would too, actually. Yeah. That'd be pretty creepy, though, I'll admit. The dark bone-filled catacombs are more than a lot of people believe they can handle, even for millions of dollars. For some, the offer of a $10 million prize in exchange for spending the night in the catacombs of Paris might seem like a no-brainer. After all, there are many who would relish the opportunity to go down there and explore its labyrinth of tunnels, especially those with an interest in history, urban exploration, or paranormal investigation. When a debate broke out on Twitter recently, however, a surprising number of people insisted that, sorry, I saw something out of the corner of my eye, but it was my equipment stacked up, that there, I threw myself off. Like, what is that big shadow? It's like, oh yeah, it's just out of my blind spot, so I could just see a little bit. There was the debate broke out on Twitter recently, however. A surprising number of people insisted that there was no way they'd spend the night down there, not even for $10 million. Before you decide whether you'd be among them, it's important to note exactly what awaits anyone brave enough to spend the night down in the Paris catacombs. Intended as a solution for the French capital's overflowing cemetery problem, workers began ferrying corpses to the tunnels in the late 18th century. Today, it is believed that the skeletal remains of 6 million people are interred there. These bones are not just buried in the ground either. Many of them form ornate, grim displays comprised of skulls and thigh bones arranged like some sort of hellish work of art. Visitors are welcome to venture down there if they're brave enough to do so. I don't know if they're welcome, though, because as far as I knew, all those entrances were padlocked and blockaded to some degree. So would you spend the night in the dark tunnels surrounded by 6 million dead? Well, I think that's about the population of New York. No, I'm just kidding. There's several big cities around that you'd swear some of them are almost there. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would. Yeah, I mean, I would bring gear with me and try to see if I could pick up some haunting stuff. But would you, Sheldon? You said you would?
Even if I was just given a sleeping bag, I still would.
With no flashlight, no lights, nothing?
Well, here's the thing. You got to think about this. No matter how traumatized you get down there, you have $10 million to spend on all the therapy you want. So you're covered anyway.
Yeah, you can just go and therapy it out. Yeah. That might be a good angle, actually. That's a pretty morbid picture, though. Look at that, those thigh bones just stacked up. What'd they do with the rest of the bones? That is pretty creepy, though. And this one, these walls of skulls and bones and skulls and bones. Ugh. It's like they got way more bones than skulls, though. What's up with that?
Yeah, true. Where'd all the skulls go?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, somebody's got a whole big collection of soup bowls or something. All right. Well, there you go, folks. Would you? I think you guys would too. At least a good number of you would. I'm not. I don't think it would be a walk in the park, though. I think it would be pretty unnerving, to be honest with you, because I don't know if I'd like to be in that closed, dark space. You know, that I'm not really what's the word? Claustrophobic, but I'm also. I don't know. I read all the stories from all over, and of course, subterranean species are one of the things that pop up in places like this. So what if you're down there and you got nothing, and then you start hearing these heavy footfalls coming at you, you know? And what if is it worth your life? I don't know. And then there's the creepy element, like, you know, what if there's some kind of dark practitioners down there looking for the tonight's sacrifice in the altar or something stupid, you know? So it wouldn't be worth that, but it would be interesting. I would just like to go check out these catacombs and see. But yeah, I mean, I guess I would do it for $10 million.
10 million. Yeah, that's the thing. It's 10 million.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, that's the last thing you'd have to do in your rest of your life, really.
Yeah.
Unless you're like 99% of lottery winners, and then probably last you about 3 weeks. So anyway, but that's the first article tonight, and good food for thought. Here's one I don't know. I don't think this is nearly as sensational as they're making it out to be, but it's on there and it has to do with Mars. From unexplained-mysteries.com comes this article. Weird donut-shaped rock on Mars may not actually be from Mars. Well, it's probably fell to Mars from somewhere else. But let's see what it says. There's the picture for those of you when it gets on your screen. Yeah, I mean, it's not like a donut, though. It's not like it's a perfect circle. It's very oblong and odd, and it looks not unlike the hagstone that I wear on my neck every day. You know, I mean, mine looks like a bird head, but anyway, I don't know. I don't think it's that unusual. I mean, nature does provide holes with rocks, holes in rocks.
Or did we find the entrance to a cave that's where all the Martians live? Maybe
it's a door. Good point, Sheldon. NASA's Perseverance rover recently captured an image of a curious rock shaped suspiciously. This is like a donut again, but just because it has a hole in it, that's the ugliest donut I ever saw. If I got that from Krispy Kreme, I'd be like, nope, that's not a donut. What the hell are you giving me? Anyway, from doors to giant crabs to the faces of President Obama and Beaker from the Muppets, there have certainly been a lot of strange sightings on the surface of Mars over the years. With its barren landscape strewn with randomly shaped boulders, rocky outcrops, and other geological features, it's perhaps not surprising that Mars is a prime location to see examples of pareidolia, the human brain tendency to see meaningful shapes in otherwise abstract patterns. I mean, that's not pareidolia. That's like a Rorschach ink blot. Looks like a donut. You know, I mean, come on. This particular example, however, is based exactly as it appears, a hollow donut-shaped rock that looks like it really shouldn't be there. That's because scientists believe it may not even be from Mars at all. Instead, this peculiar rock is thought to be part of a meteorite that landed some time ago. As things stand, it's impossible to tell where this meteorite might have originated, but it certainly doesn't match the various other rocky outcroppings found in the vicinity. The other small pieces of gray rock sitting next to it are thought to be other fragments of the same meteorite. Yeah, that was a whole bucket of nothing, really. I mean, sure. I'm sure Mars gets pummeled.
We don't know. Wow.
We don't. Okay. The takeaway there, let's unpack this. We don't know. Okay, next up on the news.
I'm just surprised, actually, if that was a meteorite and fell through the atmosphere with that much speed, I'm surprised that donut, quote, shaped rock is still intact at all.
Well, that's true. And the other part is, where's the impact craters from this falling from space? You know, it's just resting peacefully on the surface of the substrate, unless there's a bunch of it underneath and it's just been windswept over the years. But I don't know. Could be partially buried something. Could be a spacecraft for all we know from their war, millions of years ago or whenever it was. Some people say there was a huge war on Mars, and that's why there's no atmosphere anymore. And it could be. I don't know. I don't have a dog in the race, so to speak, but I don't know. I don't have any answers for this. It's bizarre, but is it that bizarre? No. I mean, you go walk along. I was just down in Pepin back when I was home. I saw all kinds of different rocks, and some of them looked a lot different than others, but they were still just part of the lake bed. So I don't know. Maybe there was some weird glaciation that happened there ages ago or aeons ago. Who knows? But that's the next article for those that care to know.
Just Info says NASA equals never a straight answer.
Yeah. All right. We got one more article coming up to you tonight. And this is from unexplained-mysteries.com. And this one is another UFO sighting, ladies and gentlemen, out of Las Vegas, of all places. So
what? No way.
Yeah, it's not only. I think Las Vegas is called the City of Lights, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of makes sense. Just saying. All right. Yeah, Glorg blend in. Turn on the lights. Yeah. It's like, yeah. All right. So this is another UFO has been filmed in the skies over Las Vegas. Is that it on the top? I don't know. Maybe there's a video with all of this. Yep, there is a video, so we'll check that out, folks. Because we're not on the network tonight. I'm going to be off tomorrow again anyway, and I didn't reconnect everything for one show. The phenomenon, whatever it is, showed up at around 10:30 p.m. on June 22nd and remained there for 20 minutes. Well, that's a long time. And you know that the length of that is also, I think, important because a lot of people say it's a drone. It's some consumer drone. Well, they don't fly for 20 minutes. They fly for like 10 or 15. And then you got to ground them. They don't stay up there very long because otherwise the thing would be so much heavier and you'd never get the performance out of it. So earlier this month, we reported on the case of a family who claimed that an unidentified object had crash landed in their back garden in Las Vegas. And they had also witnessed two strange entities that had appeared in the vicinity of the crash site. Now another UFO sighting has emerged, and this time involving a witness who filmed strange lights hovering over the city back on June 22nd. A separate witness later corroborated the footage with still images taken from a different angle. The phenomenon consisted of two interlocking white circular beams of light, which seemed to hover in place and, according to the first witness, remain visible for 20 minutes. So could this be evidence of an alien visitors, or is there a more conventional explanation? You can check out the footage for yourself below, which we'll do. And this is from Big 7 Media. Looks like they're on Twitter, so you can follow their page maybe for more information. But let's look at what they posted. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, here it is. Let's pull up this so I can see it. Yep, that's good on the screen. That's as big as I can make it. It does look like there's a ring, almost a ring, for a while there, but now it just looks like it's lit on the bottom. Huh.
There was two of them. I could see two of them earlier.
So there was two of them. I could see two of them earlier. Oh, now it's really brighter though. Look at that.
Yeah, it's really bright.
Huh. I don't know. Yeah, it certainly could be. Yeah, that was it.
They're not.
What's
they're
up?
not being subtle.
No, they're not. And you know, that also gives you a little bit of insight into it all. Like, maybe they just don't care what we think. You know, it's like, you know, what are these worms doing now? You know, we're like, you know, grass seed or something, you know. But yeah, they're not going out of their way to stay hidden if they're doing that. The one I saw was going way out of its way to be hidden because it wasn't visible. Only in infrared. So, I don't know.
Care.
Yeah. These guys don't care. They must be like, good. Yep. They're into a different phase of the invasion, maybe. Like, screw it. Show them.
Either that or this is the SOS from the one that crashed.
Yeah, this is the guy. That's actually a big vacuum hanging down from below it. Trying to suck up the rubble. God dang it, Phil. You crashed another one. You never know. It's like he's the janitor UFO coming to clean up the last one. I don't know. You never know. But at any rate, there you go, folks. And this has been a presentation of the Paranormal Portal News. So I hope you learned something, are better informed, or at least heard something you didn't already know. And
Yeah.
if we checked one of those boxes, fantastic. If we checked them all, then we're doing just great. All right, let's get back to the rest of the show. Well, there you have it, folks. That was the news. The news. Are you guys learn anything, or is it just me? Did you think the donut-shaped rock on Mars was anything spectacular, or do you think that's a mountain out of a molehill?
Like a nothing burger?
mountain out of a molehill. You know, it looks like a molehill, kind of. Never mind.
Good one. That was great.
Apparently not. Yeah, well, you know your humor sucks when you got to explain it. Anyway, well, whatever the case, I thought it was cool. I did. Barbara Mora says, good. Where's the strobe light? What strobe light?
What?
Eric's asking, where's the strobe light?
No idea, Mr. Eric.
I don't know. I don't know. I might have an aneurysm or something if I get a strobe light. I'll just start spazzing out.
So that's more evidence we are not alone.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's continue on, Sheldon, because now it is time for this. Discord question of the week.
All right. That's one way to do it.
Yeah, just trying to liven up the broadcast a little bit, you know what I'm saying? That's the cheapest effects I could find from my own voice. That's right within the Paranormal Portal budget. So we're going to do the Discord question of the week. And of course, the Discord link is now pasted on the top of your chat. So you can join our Discord server. We'd love to have you if you are interested in the paranormal or hanging out with the chatters that are here. Many of them are already members on Discord. So I'd love to have you there. Smoke and Guns Fab Shop. Hey, he's the one that cut your sign, Sheldon. He's the
Smoke and Gun.
Smoke and Guns Fab Shop. He's the one that made the Bigfoot.
Thank you as well so much for this.
Yes,
it's beautiful.
And thanks for the D-hole.
Yes.
I appreciate the D-hole track.
D-hole, that's right.
Thanks for the D-hole. That sounds so bad. Oh, God. Oh, my God. I'm probably going to be demonetized by the end of the show. I can feel it coming, so whatever. But we love those. You guys did a fantastic job. So I hadn't had a chance to thank you yet, so thank you from all of us. And, of course, Sheldon thanked you himself, so we really appreciate it. Beautiful work. If you guys want to fabricate those and sell them on the Discord, go ahead.
Feel free.
I'd be perfectly happy with it. So that's an opportunity for you guys if you want it. And ladies and gentlemen, check out the Discord as well for the marketplace section. Paranormal Portal the Portal Marketplace section is there, and there's new things up there all the time. So definitely check it out. Love the show. Oh, thanks, AK Luke. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us, of course. Appreciate it a bunch. All right, Sheldon, are you ready to read these?
I am ready. I have it up and running.
Okay, well then, by all means, take it away, sir.
All right, and thank you, Chucky Danger, for coming in clutch with the question of the week for today. So, first question coming in. Thank you, Colleen, for this question subject. The subject of fallen angels has long been a part of humanity's tales of ancient history. Two-part question. What do you think a fallen angel is? And what do you think their motives towards humanity are? First responder coming in, Eric the Purple Hobbit. Their motivation is to destroy us. And a fallen angel is exactly that. An angel cast from heaven.
Okay.
Whoa. Chilling. Spine chilling. Ooh. Next up is Comaton. Looks like responding to Eric the Purple Hobbit as well. Not just to destroy, but to corrupt us, to fall from the Creator's grace into wrongdoing or making bad choices that goes against his law. Sometimes our actions open doorways for the devil to send his minions to torment the living, especially young children and the wicked. And the devil was also an angel until he decided to raise himself above God or Creator and instigated a rebellion and took 1/3 with him.
Sure. Yep, and that's certainly in the Abrahamic religions, that is the observation. So, and that's perfectly valid. Yeah, I mean, that might be right. I don't know, but certainly as a question of faith, yeah. There you go.
And Eric Purple Hobbit is also agreeing. So Chucky Danger coming in with his own response, saying, "I think the fallen are a higher dimensional being, but also a physical being that may look very much human. I believe that they are the little gods of ancient
history. Little G
history.
gods. Little G.
I wasn't sure if that was intentional. Okay, yep. Little G gods of ancient history.
Yep.
Much like humanity has been given plenty of opportunities for redemption, I think they have been as well. I think their motivation is to try and acquire the right of dominion of Earth. But there is cosmic law that must be obeyed. The evidence of such things are carved in our megalithic structures all around the world.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Very true.
Yep.
Could
Cometon. Yeah.
Comet Man.
What?
Comet Man.
Oh God. Yeah, I see it now. I do see it now. Comet Man. Me and English, we don't get along.
Oh, you do.
Comet Man coming in saying no. They used to be higher dimensional, but then one of them deceived the others into disobeying cosmic law. Some of them, aka the Watchers, according to the book on Enoch and the Epic of Gilgamesh, fell in love with humans and created hybrid giants such as the Nephilim. Oh yeah, that's right. Others like
Anunnaki.
I know I've heard you say this word. What
Anunnaki.
Anunnaki, that's right. Created humans as their slaves to mine for gold for their planet Nibiru?
Yep, Nibiru.
Well,
yep.
And now fallen angels are the lower dimension or lake of fire.
Well, yeah, I mean, I appreciate what you're saying. Here's the thing. I don't think it's nobody's ideas are wrong. So let's always be respectful of that in this threads, because we are not Christian centric or anything. I mean, we respect and love all religions and all viewpoints. So please honor that as much as you can. Not that you aren't entitled to disagree, but just, please don't challenge other people's beliefs or ideas, because in either way, backwards or forwards, left or right, whatever, just because, I don't want people to feel like, well, I'd say what I think, but I don't want anybody to come back at me. So, let's try to keep it at least on, let people say what they think. And if it's not what you think, it's okay. No worries.
All right. Next up is Ash Hermit saying, there are so many things that are explained through a lens of religion, but never makes sense to me. Not trying to step on anyone's religious beliefs.
Very good. Yeah.
Very good. One idea, aliens who get off on power trips and take advantage of lesser beings. Mm-hmm. How easily could it be when their technology would like miracles to us?
Would look like.
If not, what?
Would look like miracles to us. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, you said would like miracles to us.
Oh.
It's okay. Keep going.
If not aliens, beings that can use human energy. I've wondered for years, why would any group of beings care so much about whether humans are good or bad? What could they really gain from encouraging bad? Maybe they're angsty teenagers who just want to tick off their parents.
Maybe.
Maybe negative emotions are a great source of energy, or even like a drug. Mm-hmm. Fallen angels and their motives could be so many things. The possibilities are endless and really fun to think about. I agree, Sherman. These topics are always fun to think about. Absolutely.
They are. Yeah. No, I guess I'll wait till the end. Go ahead. Continue.
Okay. Wonder Woman 007 saying, Satan rebelled against God and refused him. Satan then aroused other angels to revolt. When he, Satan, was cast out of heaven, others followed him. Yes, they are legion. He came to earth to steal, kill, and destroy. He prowled the earth like a roaring lion, seeking those whom he can destroy. Satan is truly in the world now. But God's one single and mighty angel will take Satan to hell in chains and lock him up for his burning agony when Christ will appear on this earth again. Be ready. Powerful statement. Wow. Sure. Colleen Bowe coming in saying Satan fell and took some of his angels with him. Nowhere in the Bible does it say a third of the angels. The only reference in the Bible in a third is Revelation 12 and the war in heaven. That is clearly talking about the birth of the Messiah and his resurrection. That event was clearly after the fall. The resurrection caused war in heaven. Basically, Satan has to fight the kingdom of God. And Chucky, ancient writing do mention gods like Zeus, which I think were fallen angels and or a product of them. The Bible states in
Ephesians.
Ephesians. Okay.
Yeah.
Ephesians 3 that there are principalities and powers and might and dominions that rule here. But in
Ephesians
6, we have the authority over them using the whole armor of God, their motives. We were created in the image of God, who they hate. They want to take as many of humankind with them and destroy the rest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are spooky thoughts. Yeah, for sure.
Jeez, yeah. ZX81V2 coming in saying, the fallen angel story has a lot of similarities with the Anunnaki revolt stories. After the food, and Neely found out
Enlil.
that... Oh, let's
No,
see.
you're
The other
close.
way around.
And
Enlil found out... What?
Yep, you're right. Yep.
Okay. Enlil found out that Enki saved some of the humans. This caused a lot of trouble, ending up with those involved being cast to Terra with no way of leaving. Then the Onaki left. Those left behind would have been the gods to humans. What is the definition of good or evil? My cat is loving, plays with me, comes to my call. Loving creature, unless you're a mouse.
Ah, good point.
Ooh. What one calls good or evil may be totally wrong. Are you the cat or the mouse?
That's a great take. You know, I mean,
I like that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know what to say to that. That's really profound. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
True. Like we're evil to cows. Yeah.
I'm evil to a lot more things than just cows.
True. All right. Last but not least, Celtic Thorned Rose saying, it is very hard to even remotely determine who or what the fallen angels are. The stories of them precede the Bible stories. So that should not be our main point of reference for them, as they come from other cultures and were changed to suit the writers. Stories were skewed and rewritten to gain power and control over people, to get them to behave and do what they were told. If you take the Anunnaki stories, then we humans were created from Earth beings to do the work efficiently. They didn't want to do.
Yeah.
The word worship has many meanings, and one of the meanings is to work for, as in to work for God.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the Anunnaki had people working, aka enslaved, so that eventually the word came to mean what we understand today as worshiping God. Words and their meanings changed drastically over time. Adam and Eve got expelled from Eden for eating the fruit of the tree of knowledge against God's orders, and because of the serpent who said, eat it, you won't die. We are told the serpent is the devil and wanted to hurt us. But what if he was really helping us to free us from the slavery of God? The Anunnaki, who just wanted us for our slave labor. Giving us knowledge pissed off God and his
Elohim.
Elohim.
Yep.
His council, if you will, and got Adam and Eve booted. Now, was this serpent one of the fallen angels? Was it Lucifer, the chief of all fallen angels? Perhaps he fell because maybe he saw the bad going on and wanted to help. Maybe we have it twisted as to who is good and who isn't. Who really knows what any of their intentions were or are? Fascinating stuff, though. P.S. I grew up Christian and Jewish. My father was rabbi, and he knew about 25 languages.
Wow, that's impressive.
Jeez, that is incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
He was constantly finding new translations to things. So he would always say, the Bible is not set in stone. We learn something new all the time. I mean no ill will intent here, nor mean to make anyone think I am against the religions or to hurt anyone. Sorry for my novel.
Yeah,
Not at all.
Never
Great
apologize.
points.
Yeah,
Very good points.
Never apologize for being able to vocalize what you want. That's fine, and that's the thing about all of this. And the same is true for anything that we discuss. Obviously, we're going to have different viewpoints. And we when it comes to questions of faith, yeah, of course, people are going to adhere to their faith. And that's important and that's wonderful. Yeah. And I will never begrudge anybody that, because I think faith is beautiful in all of its forms. Unless it's an evil faith, and of course I think it's ugly and despicable. But you know, I've often, you know, thought about religion, and you know, it can be confrontational, but it doesn't have to be. I think that it's important that we understand that religion is our attempt to understand the divine, which is not possible to understand in human terms. So we get rudimentary examples, we get parables, we get figures and ideas that inspire us maybe into divine understanding. And so wherever that path leads you, you know, it's maybe religion is the garden, or the gates to the garden of our origin, and each religion is written in words in a different language, and we have to find the gate that makes sense to us that we can understand. And so that's I mean, and I'm kind of going way out on a limb here. I don't usually editorialize like this, but I definitely don't ever want, you know, religion to become a wedge in our beautiful community, you know, of people that are coming together to discuss ideas. I just hope that we can always come together in the spirit of understanding and community, and just let people have their ideals. I mean, so often now we get this burning desire in our communities, you know, and I don't mean this one. I mean in many communities that require a monoculture of ideas. It's just like, you have to believe this. If you don't, there's something wrong with you. And the media is full of it. You know, it's everywhere. Whereas this monoculture of thought, and that's not human. That's not in our nature. It's okay that we have different ideas, and it's important because we teach each other in our own ways. So I just want to throw that out there because, Jaron, I just looked up editorialize. But yeah, with grace. Yeah. Roman, exactly. Or Ramon, sorry, Ramon. But you know, I just hope everybody understands that. Yeah. I mean, sometimes our ideas are going to be at odds, and that's okay, because we know our community and we know the people that are here, and you all are wonderful. So, you know, please support everybody's right to have their own understanding, and maybe through discussion in Discord, click. You know, people can come to different understandings, but I'm coming to different understandings all the time, just based on you guys sharing your ideas. It's helped me a ton. So I just want to put that out there because, you know, I just think it's important. So anyway,
yeah,
this has been the question of the week. I just wanted to take a moment, point out this on the left side. This is the Portal Marketplace. In here, whoops, I just closed a bunch of it. There is apparel. This is the link to the Paranormal Portal Teespring shop. It's in here in Discord. Crystals and jewelry, and this is from Love Rocks Company. This is a wonderful company. I'm wearing their necklace right now that they sent to me, so thank you for that. And this is miscellaneous stuff here, and some beautiful stuff. Rachel actually shared something in here that I didn't know about, but apparently, let me read what she said, because this is really interesting. She said, these are the quartz stones that will glow with a little yellow-orange glow when you rub them quickly together. I learned about this from the novel Thunderhead by Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child. They always have a sci-fi bordering on paranormal plot in their novels. Highly recommend for fun summer read. They wrote The Relic. But she's apparently tried it with quartz stones, much like we'd see down on the lake, Sheldon. These white quartz stones. And apparently if you rub them quickly together, they'll create a little light.
Gonna have to try that out.
I know, right? I think I have some of them that I've just picked up over the years in a bucket and back in my workroom. So I'll have to check it out. But, and then there's more in here. Obviously there's more things, but what I wanted to say, this is Last Light. And he's the one that actually made the Bigfoot back here, the 3D printed Bigfoot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, beautiful work. And he does these lithographs as well. So very, very cool. And there's more and more stuff in here. This is Shepherdess, a new design of her rosaries that she makes. They're beautiful. And some AI art that's Opal Dimitri has been doing. And it's really cool. Really beautiful stuff. Custom guitar picks? Who did this? Who did this? Opal? Oh, my God. I got to I'd love to get
guitar picks are cool.
I'd love to get guitar picks that say Paranormal Portal. We'll have to talk. We'll have to talk. So there's a lot to see in here, folks. And if you have something of your own that you create and would like to make available for purchase from other members of the Discord, please post it in here. And if you need another category in this, let us know, Sheldon or I know, and we can put another category, preferably Sheldon, because he's the one that built all this. So, yeah, it's just a neat place. And so just love to have you guys here. Oh, Jeanette Marie just came in. Hi, good to have you with us. And so did Arc Blaster. Wave to say hi.
Welcome, guys. Welcome.
Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. So, yep, pass it on. Let other people know. Guitar. Yes, yeah, absolutely. So anyway, this has been the Discord question of the week, folks. So.
Wait, you didn't give your opinion yet.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'll do it after this.
You never gave your opinion.
All right, I'll close the rest of it after a second. All right, so my opinion of it is yeah, I mean, I don't. Again, it gets into objects of faith. I think that the paranormal world uses the term demon, pretty loosely. Oftentimes, it's equated with the fallen angels, but I don't know that it is or isn't. Could they be? Could they be a corrupt presence of something like that? Sure. Could there, if there are fallen angels that were cast out of heaven after a failed rebellion, could they do that? Yeah, I suppose.
Whoa.
That's a big red one.
Who's here?
It was a big red one.
Yeah, the questions leak is in the way of it. I can't see it.
Oh yeah. That's right. Let me get that out of the way. But what do I think they are? I don't know that it's something we'll ever be able to fully understand. I think in a lot of religion, allegories are used just to create understanding. But is it the absolutely unadulterated truth? I don't know. I mean, again, it's a matter of faith. A lot of people say that's, if they're Christian, they will say the Bible is absolutely God's word, and it says in there that it's God's word. So I believe that, and I think that's beautiful. Again, I don't know where they came from. I just know that there's some dark presences on this world, some that are probably much older than us. And I guess if there is such a thing as fallen angels, then that could be them, because oftentimes they're referred to as devils in some cultures, and they don't have the same understandings, but they're called devils. They're these extraordinarily powerful beings. Demons, of course, would be the next rung, and then their minions can be like imps or other corrupt souls. Then there's the dark shadow people and so many other things that get quantified and qualified as demonic. And oftentimes we hear demonic, we think the fallen angels, they became demons. Well, maybe they did. Maybe they became something even worse. And now what we know as demons are their minions trying to corrupt souls. It's just hard to tell. The thing is that in our human experience, we're probably never going to have the full story of any of this. But I guess for me, I think it's important to be aware of evil and to be mindful of its presence in the world and in the world around us. But I think it's really paramount to stay focused on the light and the good and the divine and to try to align yourself with that as best as you can, because I think honestly that a lot of times it has to do with our energy. If we are radiating strong in our faith and in our love and in our, in alignment with ourselves and the divine, then I don't know that evil can touch. Maybe it can. I don't want to be proven wrong. I just don't believe that it can. And certainly, we all go through struggles and times where maybe we're weaker and more susceptible to those attacks, and that's when they happen. and I'm just as guilty as anybody. Don't ever think that listening to the sound of my voice, like I got all this stuff sorted out, because I don't. I'm absolutely, an infant here trying to figure it out as well. But I think that it's just most important to be aware of those things, safeguard against them, but to mostly focus on the good and building yourself and developing yourself and being in alignment with what is good and divine as much as you can possibly be while still wrapped in a human skin, so I don't know.
You know what it makes me think though? Like that sentence that you said there, that, when you're going through tough times in life, then you're more vulnerable, and that's when then they can strike in that way. What if they're orchestrated?
Well, sure.
Is this a natural thing I'm going through?
Sure.
Or is it orchestrated to bring me out of that element?
Well, I think, here's the thing with dark entities, and I mean all of them, is they have nothing but time. They're not aging. They're not wasting away. I think that they do subsist on our energies, and probably in an almost, and I don't mean this in a condescending way or in a demeaning way, but almost in a parasitic fashion, like perhaps because they're out of the alignment with the vibration of God or the deity or the creator or whatever you want to call it, that their only substitute is to try to attach to those things that are still in resonance with that, like maybe that reconnects them to that divine in some way. And that might be the driving force, because if they're out of the light of the divine, there maybe is maybe like a half existence or a partial existence. And so their desire is maybe to be more fully realized. I don't know. I've thought about it a bunch, but I don't know that I've come to any conclusions. I just know that there is dark things. There's horribly dark things out there, but I think that, the focus on the darkness, you're kind of not being mindful of the light. So for whatever that means.
It's a good point. Don't be so focused on the dark. You just be aware that it's out there, but then focus yourself in that light, because then you're protected there, like you're saying.
Yeah. Rachel, you got to read what Rachel said.
Wait, what?
Wait, what? I knew you would get a kick out of that. Yes, our own skin. My God, you should want to Ed Gein on this thing, deal. Buffalo Bill it. I ain't got my own skin. I not only have my own, but I've got theirs too. Yeah, don't put on man suits. Just
no, please don't.
Yeah, don't. Rachel,
I like my skin.
There's something wrong with you, Rachel, but I love you. Yeah, meat wrap burgers. Yeah, no, that's not what I mean. God. I mean we're incarnate in these physical forms. Let me just cut to the chase on that one. So that's my take on it. And am I right? I don't know. I've certainly I've got a lot of background in Christianity, having been raised in going through the many experiences with Christianity, but I've also got some New Age beliefs. I've got some even occult beliefs. And by occult, I don't mean dark and horrible. I just mean that they're...
Yeah, you got to clarify that one.
Well, you do, because people hear occult and they're like, what? And that's not what I mean at all. It's occult is just more of the older beliefs, and it can mean many things. But usually, the word occult just means hidden. Hidden is all it means. So I just use it as a definition for many other observations. I'm very Buddhist in many regards. I'm very Taoist in others. So, I mean, I don't know. I've kind of got an amalgamation of faith, but I certainly, I believe with my whole being that my faith is incredibly strong, and it's pulled me through the maelstrom of my life. So, and it's hopefully getting stronger. I think it is, but anyway.
We need to thank Maggie for the 5 buckaroos.
Thank you, Maggie. Yes. All right. So, Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Ramon. Occult is beyond or before Christianity. Yeah. But oftentimes it's just labeled as this dark thing. Like a lot of times witchcraft is like, oh, they do sacrifices and stuff. It's like, no, that's not witchcraft. That really isn't. And it's, witchcraft is very nature-based observation of cycles and seasons and, plants and animals and energies. And it's so much different than the Hollywood version of it. So anyway, I had someone to ask me in a thread, do you believe witches are real? And I was like, it's like, do you believe Christians are real?
And witches are sure real.
Yeah. I mean, I think because a lot of people still have that Hollywood idea that these, if the term witch means these supernatural beings.
Oh.
Getting busy on the ghost radar tonight. There's 3 of them
over there.
There was 3 of them, Sheldon.
They're getting ready for your investigation tomorrow. They're like gathering up.
I'm really excited for that. I really, really am. If you are in a place or what is that saying, Eric? If you are in a place or air elemental worshipers, oh my God, I can't read that, dude. What the hell? No, because okay. I think it's just another expression of air. It's okay.
You're giving thanks, in fact. You're probably thanking them that way.
Oh my God, Sheldon, really?
It's like, you're blowing air,
What the hell? Are you gonna glamorize flatulence? Really?
Why not?
Now after this, Sheldon's gonna be ripping them, going, I'm just giving praise to the air elementals.
That's gonna be my excuse from now on. Thank you, Eric.
No, don't. Oh my God, these shows.
I'll walk right by you, like I had to give thanks to you.
That's my blessing. That's the air elemental blessing.
Blessing you, Dad.
It's air elemental communion. Like, no, just stop. You're making me think things I don't want to think. Oh, what the hell's wrong with my mind?
Sulfur's the thanks.
Anyway, I'm just going to go down. I was just going to go off on a whole side thing. Yeah.
I like this episode.
Yes, of course you do. Oh my God. It's like now people ask me in the YouTube questions, the YouTube comments, like, "Why? I just found your show. It's awesome. Why isn't it way bigger?" Well, this is why probably. This might be why, because as profound as some episodes are, the rest of them is like crayon time in kindergarten. It's like, no, Johnny, don't scribble on the walls again. All right. Anyway, this is
some gross has to be brought up at least once an episode. Come on, it's standard at this point.
You know how much gross stuff gets mentioned on the solo shows that I do? Not much.
A lot?
No, not much.
Oh, we're making up for it then. Yeah.
Okay. Well, great. Thanks for lowering the quality. It's okay. I know it's all good fun. But anyway.
My face hurts. Oh.
Rachel gets it right. LOL. What did she say? It's a stinky communion. Yeah. Blessings from the Windmakers. Sorry. All right. Anyway.
That's why the cowbutts go missing. It's because the air elements.
Yeah. They need new diaphragms for their air horns.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, okay. Let's just move on, please. Please. Can I try to salvage some dignity before it's gone?
Oh, my face.
Your face. Yeah. Your face hurt? Because it's killing me.
Oh, okay.
I love you.
Oh, my.
I love you. Okay, we're going to go back to an article we've been working through for quite a while. We're on number 47 of these glitches in the Matrix. So let's get to some more. I was thinking, do I want to do some investigating tonight on the show? But I'm like, no, I just charged all these batteries up and I got everything working. So I got it all locked away and it's all in the cases over there. If I turn off Sheldon's camera, hold on for a sec. I'm just going to show them the stack of boxes full of the gear, and that's it. It goes.
Is it right behind me? Okay.
Well, yeah. You can only see the top top box. No, I guess, yeah, that's just the top box, but there's 2 more under it, and that's full of all the gear. So that's
Whoa.
gonna be hopefully great. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, remember, no scheduled live stream, but there will be live streams and a special one if you remember. But I just want to make sure to also point out that stream, the investigation stream, might be earlier, it might be later. We're going to arrive there at about 4 and kind of get settled and make a game plan, and then we'll kind of hit it. So just Info Arsonist says, so my cat ended up with 4 kittens. Oh, cool. 1 white, 1 black, 1 orange tabby, and 1 gray. Which is one color for the mom which is one color for the mom because she is a tortoiseshell breen. Oh, cool. Wow. Well, definitely name the gray after me if I get a because I'm a little bit good and I'm a little bit bad. No, I'm just kidding. Either one, any of them. You're the gray. You're like Gandalf. Yeah. You're Gandalf the Grey. Yeah. Don's got to be Saruman then. All right, here we go. So let's get to these glitch in the Matrix stories because these are cool. God, it's already after 8. Time has flown. Time flies when you're talking trash for a half hour.
Or farts.
Yeah, just go right back there. Why don't we just go right back there? That'll help.
I'll have to give my thanks.
Just don't do it on the air. Oh. Did you catch the pun in that?
Oh, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Okay. Yeah, that was actually good.
Yeah. All right, let's get to this article. This is, again, moneyawaits.com. Eerie glitch in the Matrix moments. And we're on number 47. Again, this is a Reddit scrape article. Money Awaits is not a paranormal site, but they did this I think it's probably more of a way to drive advertising because I've got it open through the Brave browser. And I mentioned this several times on the show. I use the Brave browser a lot because it does knock out most of the ads and stuff. But if I'd open this in a regular browser, it'd be just solid stream of ads on both sides of this image.
Ugh.
So I used to work in this really old Shakespearean theater. It was 1985, and I'd worked there all summer when I was 17. I landed a cool job as a stage operations crew member the summer after high school. I worked the upper theater high above the stage on the catwalks, and while working in a far corner of a theater's rafters through my lunch break so I could leave early that day. I had to walk off the catwalk, cross a wooden plank, drop down. This sounds like Ninja Warrior. I had to walk across the catwalk, cross a wooden plank, and drop a rope down, then pull up a larger rope to tie off under the rafters. We were getting ready for the season and slowly stringing lights and scenery to the drops that were bars on pulleys and counterweights. It was a safe enough job if you knew what you were doing. As I left the catwalk, which is very sturdy, I stepped onto a plank. It was so dark up there that I couldn't see into the middle of the building, but I could see the plank rising up on the other side of the darkness. Okay, it must have hit a platform there at the bottom and then go up again, I thought. Boy, was I wrong about that. I walked 4 or 5 steps down into a very dimly lit part of the rafters onto the plank when a man stopped me. "Turn around slowly," he said. "The plank is missing. No light. Get light." I grumbled like any other teen would do at someone telling them what to do. "Fine," I said. I had no idea that the guy just saved my life. I turned around and got back on the catwalk, walked to the ladder, climbed down to the stage to get a flashlight. My boss asked, "Why are you down here?" Well, I told him that I needed a flashlight and that this guy up there told me that the plank was missing. "What guy?" he said. "You're the only one up there." Well, I wasn't buying it. "The old guy with the beard and wool cap," I said. My boss, who headed the technical carpenter electrical part of the theater, was in his late 60s and had worked in that theater for nearly 40 years. He looked amused at first, laughing at me. He asked, "How'd you know about that?" I was a little confused at first, but then asked, "Know about what?" "You're serious?" he said. "You saw him?" I was like, say who? What are you talking about?" That's when my boss told me the story that filled me with sheer terror. It had been 1954, he said, and a rigger fell from the rafters and hit the floor. He fell all the way to the stage. I think his name was John. In 74, my assistant made up a story about talking to him. I told my boss that I know what I'd seen and invited him to go back up on the catwalk with me. And sure enough, we got up there. The plank was missing. There was the plank I was on, a platform, and then nothing. In the dust along the plank were my footprints leading right up to the edge. One more step, and I would have fallen to the stage. Below us was a thick fabric curtain that separated the stage from the rafters, blocking light from below on the horizontal folds of the curtain. We found a wool cap. Wow. To this day, I've not stepped back into that theater, not even to say thank you to the ghost who saved my life. That was by ordinary name 3909. Again, I don't think that's a glitch in the Matrix. I think that's just a great ghost story.
Yeah, that's like saved his life.
Yeah. I mean, those are the greatest hauntings ever. You know, if you're going to have a spiritual presence around, how awesome is that one that would be actually looking out for you, going, hey, whoa, 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 you know, and intercede and help you out. I think those are the greatest stories. I wish there was a ton more of them. I think that it probably maybe happens more than we hear about, but people they probably haven't come to terms with the fact that what they experienced, you know, or they just don't want to be the person to talk about it. Like, it's such a bizarre experience that they can't explain, so they just shelf it away. Like, I think about that all the time. Like, how many paranormal stories are really out there? And I think pretty much I would say 90% of the population has probably experienced something paranormal, but 90% of the population, probably 88% of the population doesn't talk about it, you know?
Or doesn't think it was paranormal at all.
Well, sure. I mean, there's certainly things that are dismissed or just logicked away. You know, that's a great point. But I think that it maybe is not as rare as we think it is. It's just that most people don't acknowledge when they're in that presence, or, you know, when they've had that experience. They don't allow themselves to.
Yeah.
Yep. 48, rather. Time to fold. I once fell asleep wearing a certain pajama shirt. Yes, I'm sure. I remember putting it on. Then I woke up in the middle of the night, freezing cold, only to soon realize that I had no shirt on. I turned the light on, and there it was, still folded neatly on top of my bed table. I still don't know what happened that night, but it has never happened again. My first thought was really terrifying. I suspected that someone must have undressed me. I guess it's possible if I would have slept very heavily or something, but that means some unknown person must have been inside my house. And that creeps me out just to think about it. Some people have suggested that I might have been sleepwalking, but I've never done that before or since. Nevertheless, it seems like the only reasonable answer that is actually plausible. But if that's the case, I'm darn good at folding clothes in my sleep. So maybe I should do it more often. That was by This Part Sucks.
Bizarre.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe this person was abducted, you know? They're just like, I'm not trying to get that back on there. Just put them to bed. But they're good at folding. Aliens might be good at folding. I don't know.
Yeah, plenty of time to research us, maybe.
Yeah. Number 49, The Cat with More Than 9 Lives. When I was little, I used to have a Thomas the Tank Engine book with fold-out parts and flaps. There was this one part which was like a shed, and you could lift the flap and see inside of it. Inside was all the usual gardening and shed paraphernalia, and there was also a black cat seated in there. Here's the glitch, though. I swear the cat wasn't always there. I used to love that book, but every time I read it, I get to that page and guess whether the cat would be there or not. Not a clue what that was all about, really, but creeped a young me out to no end. That was by MRE Redden the Sainsbury. Redden. I don't know how the hell to read that, but Reddit.
Sounds like a Mandela effect thing to me.
Yeah, that's a good point. Could it be this person was kind of bopping back and forth between realities at a young age? Maybe. Number 50, a dogged search. A couple of weeks ago, my dog Coda came into my room and started to try to jump on the bed, which she was successful at doing after a couple of tries. Eventually, I gave her a little nudge to, get off the bed. Well, she jumped down and left, and then I heard my phone ring downstairs, so I walked down and answered it. It was a call from my grandma who said she had made some food, so I said, okay, I'll stop by and come eat. Well, I get my jacket on, get ready to leave, and I get my keys and grab my dog's leash to take her. We get in the car and drive for about 10 minutes until we arrive. I was eating and talking to my grandma about things, but when I was getting ready to leave, I couldn't find Coda. I searched everywhere, in the backyard, in the front, outside. She was nowhere to be found. After a good hour of searching my grandma's neighborhood, it started to get dark. It was about 9:30-ish, so I decided to come back home and search again the next day. I left and went to sleep. The next morning I woke up because I heard something downstairs. When I went down, I couldn't believe my eyes. It was my dog. At that point, I just thought, wait, what? Later, I came back to my grandma's house to tell her that I'd found my dog. As soon as I arrived, I told her about how Coda was at home, and I thought to myself, did I even bring her here in the first place? Well, I asked my grandma, and she said, yes, I did, because I'd left the leash in her living room. I then asked my grandma to watch the footage on her security cameras from last night, and there was no footage of the Coda in the street or leaving the front door. But there was footage of her entering the house with me. I went home later, and Coda was still there, and to this day, I still don't know what the heck happened. That was by Avocados Are Great. Yikes, that's really trippy, huh?
That's bizarre.
Was she walking a doppelganger or a skinwalker or something like that? It's like she leashed up a skinwalker and just wanted to ride to Grandma's house.
But then what happened to Grandma?
Yeah, was it really Grandma? That is weird. That's a strange story. I don't know what to make of that. That's a creepy one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least there was video footage of it, I guess. I mean, again, is it for sure a true story? I don't know. It's just as I found it. It's supposed to be true, but you be the judge. 51, frankly, my dear, I don't see a dam. It's just dam like a beaver dam. Long ago, when I was a kid, my younger brother and I were riding our bikes out on the embankments alongside the river, and we saw a huge dam thingy along the river. Didn't you read this recently? I probably did. Now, that's the part of these, Eliza, is that sometimes they get repeated through different threads. So it does sound a little familiar. So it's probably true. But there's a big dam thingy along the river. She's talking about the last story, by the way. I grew up in this town, and I never knew we had a dam. When we got home, I told my mother that it was the first time I had seen the dam, and she did not know what I was talking about. Later, I returned to the spot, and there was nothing there. My brother doesn't remember the incident, but I know I had seen a dam as clear as day. I guess it must have been my imagination, but it's still very strange. I didn't dream it, since my brother remembered that we were there. He just doesn't remember the dam. And that's by Numeral.
Almost like a portal maybe he was seeing at the just perfect angle.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe glimpsing another reality, whatever.
Yeah.
Drop bears. Honestly, Chucky, if it wasn't for our Australian friends, I would have really believed drop bears were a thing. But apparently it's a big...
Wait, what?
Drop bears. In Australia, there's a cryptid known as drop bears. And they basically fall out of trees and try to attack people.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, they're basically just koalas. It's it's just it's kind of a touristy gimmicky thing.
Oh, watch out for drop bears. Oh,
yeah, like it's tongue in cheek drop bears. But I think there's been stories where they can I think if they get a hold of fermented eucalyptus leaves or something like that, they get drunk and fall out of trees. So
that's where it comes from.
So that's probably where it comes from. Yeah. I think that's what it is. Something like that, yeah. But it's drop bears. I was like, wow. I even covered it on my show. When the show was new, I found articles about cryptids around the world and what comes up, drop bears. I'm like, oh, drop bears. Wow, what the hell's that? So I talked about it. We read the story and stuff, and I was like, wow, drop bears. Everything in Australia is dangerous, but...
Wait, hold up. Maggie coming in saying, haha, Brent, they are a thing. A prehistoric creature. I found an article recently.
Really? Well, now don't confuse the issue. If they were prehistoric, that's okay. I was under the understanding they were still hanging out and falling out of trees and attacking people. But I think the current phenomena is that they get drunk on some kind of fermented leaf, and then they basically can't hang on and fall. So, yeah,
makes sense though.
Yep, it's in the Discord. She says, "Okay, well there you go."
Okay,
very cool. Well, I didn't know that. Yeah, check out the Discord if you want to know all this. See, that's why the Discord community is so powerful. It gives all of you a chance to post things as well for everybody else. So join the Discord if you haven't already.
Join.
Right. Number 52, say cheese. Definitely not a thing nowadays.
No.
In college, I delivered pizzas for a local pizzeria to make money. I once had a delivery that should have taken about 20 minutes, and when I returned to the store, the manager asked me what had taken so long. Well, I asked him what he meant, and he pointed to the computer, which was showing that I'd been gone for 1 hour and 7 minutes. I don't remember delivering the pizza, only returning to the store when I was finished. I have no idea where I was during that entire time. I don't drink or use any mind-altering substances. 20 years later, I still have no idea what happened. That was by Gringo Grande.
Oh, a time dilation, so perhaps abduction.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds like it to me, too.
Aliens want pizza, too, you know.
I guess they do. You know what? I got to take a quick break. I got to go get a beverage. I forgot to do that before the show. So
let's do a quick break.
We'll do a quick break, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm getting dry and raspy. So we'll just hang on to your seats. We'll be right back in just a couple minutes. Don't go away. The show is not over. We still got the Cryptid Corner as well. So let me get some drink, and then I'll be right back.
Same.
Play their games. Everybody loves to place their bets. They don't understand the price I paid. They don't care to comprehend. Trace their lines upon my body, living scars across lies keep falling apart. When I'm not
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
I have no idea what you're holding up. Your Galaxy cup disappeared.
Oh, being censored again. Yep.
Yep. I just had to grab a beer. Having a beer with y'all. Cheers.
Well, that's fine.
It's summertime. I like beer in the summer. I only drink one a day at the most, but it's good for your body, I think. I don't know. I might be just justifying it too. You never know. But anyway. All right. Oops. All right, here we go. What time is it?
It is 10:27 over here.
Yeah, 8:27 here. So I'm thinking we should probably hit some cryptids. What do you think?
I think it's Cryptid Corner time.
Cryptid corner time. Is that what you think? Or is that what you think? Is that really what you think?
No.
All right, then.
Ha.
All right. Well, we're going to go to Sasquatch Chronicles blog and talk about some cryptids. Because we love the cryptids here on the portal. By God, we love it all. Sheldon, you got a Bigfoot. You were at a Bigfoot conference. Bigfoot Sasquatch Roundup in Spokane Valley. And
For anyone that wasn't here earlier, this is what I got. I just want to show it off again. Beautiful cast.
It is.
Beautiful cast.
Yep. And yours is from the same time as mine. 82.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep, it is.
Yep. So it's the same location, I think. But yeah, beautiful. Actually, yours is a much deeper impression than the one that I got. But I did show him the scanned version on my phone of the one you got.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's right. Yes, good.
What is it, 16 and a half inches? Is that what we measured it at?
I thought it was 17.
Maybe it's 17, yeah. So it's a big,
It's
huge
17
foot.
inches in length. Yep.
17 inches. Wow, that's a big foot. Oof.
Oh, that's a big one.
Got me the Guinness. Oh, you like Guinness? I don't like the dark beers. The dark beers to me are like, I don't like to drink something I gotta like cut with a knife and fork. I can appreciate that, there, but it's so bitter. It's just such a bitter beer. And I know it's an acquired taste probably, but I just like the lighters, the pale ales and the IPAs and stuff. This is a Belgian white, Blue Moon, Belgian white. So it's a nice light summery thing. I like the summer shanties as well. Those are awesome.
Nice.
Oh, it's hitting
Tasty.
the spot. It's hitting the spot. I should do a beer every night we do the shows. We should all have a beer together.
Maybe a tipsy Friday.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. A Tipsy Friday. Yep. Festive Friday. I'll have to rename it Festive Fridays.
Festive Friday. There
Instead
we
of
go.
Friday Frights. All right. You like your stouts and porters. Wow. Yeah. I love, a lot of different drinks. I like we sometimes buy these Seagrams. They're like wine coolers basically, but they're just really good. And they're kind of like a punch, but it's not very different from like a box wine, like the red rosés and stuff, but they're just really refreshing. I don't know. But Brent, have you tried the Blue Moon Mango? No, I haven't. But now I want to. I don't know if I have it up here or not. I'll have to look. I rarely ever buy anything like this. I usually, honestly, if I'm going to drink, oftentimes it's a wine. But
Yeah.
yeah, I like wines, the lighter and a little sweeter. I'm not I don't have a real sophisticated palate, if you hadn't guessed. Like I don't have a real sophisticated anything really, but I like Morgan Cokes. I love those. Those are good. Long Island iced teas are a little wreck you in a hurry, but they taste good. They go down too easy. That's the problem. You don't know that you're drinking all that crap until it's well underway.
Yeah. Then you get that gut rot.
I don't know about gut rot, but I just get stupid drunk.
Oh.
It just hits me like I can't, because I rarely drink. So it's like, I like margaritas, of course. Yeah. My cousin Paul whips up a mean margarita, him and his wife, Melissa. Man, those are tasty. Oof. Yeah. You can get stupid on those in a hurry too, but yeah. So wait, let me do it again. This makes it sophisticated. The pinky.
Ah, the pinky. That's right. I'll do mine too.
You got to do the pinky. think that was on
Yeah, you do.
SpongeBob.
It was.
I think so. They could have put their pinky up.
Gotta look fancy.
Yeah, sorry. Blue Moon Mango is interesting. Yeah, it sounds amazing. Let's do some mead. Ooh, honey mead. I've done honey
RJ,
mead.
I 100% agree. Mead
Yes.
is the way.
Let's do a Paranormal Portal mead, honey mead. I've made honey mead before ages ago, but it was delicious. That stuff is crazy, stupid good. Yep, I like it. Okay, so I like beer. It makes me a jolly good fellow. They're great. Yeah, it's like we're talking about breakfast cereal here. This is the adult version. Yep. So, yep, sip them if you got them, folks. And if you're just drinking water like I usually am.
Yeah.
I'm almost done. My God, I've downed this whole beer.
Jeez. Oh my God.
It's done. All right.
Wow. Good on you. Good on you.
I was toasting all of you. That's what it was.
That's right.
I'm going to be an alcoholic pretty quick. I was just toasting all of you. What do you think about ghosts?
It's such a festive Friday. This is a festive Friday episode.
It
This is
is.
the first one of many.
Well, hopefully they've all been festive, but I mean, I like to have a good time here on the show. But anyway, let's get to the Bigfoots. All right. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I did grab a water too, just, for the record. All right, let's do this. Sasquatch Chronicles blog, of course, ladies and gentlemen, provided by our good friend, Mr. Wes Germer of Sasquatch Chronicles. And he has a blog here from June 20th that we're going to read now. And this one is, I forgot about the praising the air gods.
Yes, the air elementals. That's right.
Yep, the air elemental. Sorry. Yeah. This one is saw it standing by a big pine tree. Check out the Sasquatch Chronicles blog because there's so much more on the blog than you'll ever hear on the shows. And Wes does a hell of a job keeping it really current and full of great information. So check it out. This one's June 20th. Saw it standing by a big pine tree. Listener writes, I'm in Tennessee and I had a Sasquatch encounter back in the 70s as a 13 to 14-year-old boy, along with my friends. And we were riding motorcycles at a friend's grandmother's house. And behind it, there was a hill that went up into the woods. And we used to ride the trail up with our motorcycles. And as we went up the trail for a brief second, I'd say seconds, we saw at the top of the hill to our left, standing by the big pine tree, a Sasquatch. It was standing in a place where there was a drop off of about 4 feet, and it was still head and shoulders above us. And I was on motorcycles. You were on a motorcycle, but anyway, where we were so terrified that I knew I could get a whooping from my dad if I rode my bike on the blacktop road to my house, but I refused to go back down that hill to Mark's grandmother's and never rode the hill again. We had grown-ups go on the hill and they went to the spot. We showed them exactly where it was standing, and 2 brothers, which were men, one had to stand on the other's shoulders to reach up on the tree limb of the pine tree and get some hair that was on the broken tree limb. At the time, we had a cousin that is passed now, but he worked for the state of Tennessee wildlife is what he meant. And he took the sample of hair to the University of Tennessee to get it analyzed. And it was inconclusive whether it was a primate or human, and the hair, according to them, was of unknown origin. All these years later, I'm 59 years old, and I still will not go back on top of that hill. It was terrifying, smelly, just unbelievably huge. I haven't shared this story with anyone, but my wife and I talked with one of the friends, Mark, that was there that day, and it's just like we were there and when we discussed it. I know this sounds far-fetched, but I know what I saw. And we know what we experienced does not fall into the unexplained because we all knew it was Bigfoot. No doubt. I love your show, enjoyed the questions and answers, and this is the kind of cut and dry. My email is, but I really don't know how to open up and talk about this possibly the way I should. The ridicule of where I was raised, but I've been just too much BS. When I get home that day on my motorcycle, my daddy was waiting and with a tapping foot. But when he saw my face and asked me what was wrong, I told him what we had saw, and he says, "I know, son," or I have saw it 2 years ago. Thank you for your time.
I've seen it 2 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, it's not the most well-written story, but it's still, I mean, that's got to be just unnerving as hell, especially for a young man.
Yeah.
I mean, just think, you're holding a footprint 17 inches long. What do you think the thing that made that looks like? I mean, it'd have to be enormous, right?
8 or 9 feet tall, my guess.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's got to be in that range. But that's gigantic. And again, think about the room you're in. The standard ceiling height is 8 feet. So as you're standing in your room, wherever you are, your house, unless you have vaulted ceilings or something, then your ceilings are taller. But just imagine what it would look like to look at something that was like that tall, but also like 5 feet wide. I mean, we're talking like, I can't even show you on the cameras because I don't have the camera angle, but it's 5 feet at the shoulders and it's all muscle. It's a sobering thought. I just don't know how you process that, like the danger that you would have to just perceive. I mean, seeing a bear is terrifying, but at least with a bear, it's a known quality. We kind of understand bears. We kind of know their behaviors, and most people that go into bear country are pretty well versed and have come to face with bears. And it can be intense. It can be scary, but when you think of a Sasquatch, we know absolutely next to nothing about them. You could be getting the kind, loving forest giant that's guardian and protector, or you could be getting the homicidal one that watched his mother get shot by a hunter. I mean, you don't know which one you're getting and how much it hates people. So after you see it and you see how big it is and what it's got to be physically capable of, they can push down a tree, for God's sakes. That's terrifying.
They could literally rip you in half.
Right.
Literally do it.
It sounds like, what is he saying? Just Info says, it sometimes sounds like you pronounce, it is sauce squatch. I pronounce it as sauce squatch.
Sasquatch.
I do have kind of a weird accent, and it's kind of an amalgamation of different places I've lived. So I lived in Michigan for a while, and there's definitely a different accent from Minnesota, and then living here. So I've got this different I mean, it's very subtle, but I do pronounce some words. And then I also grew up with Portal Mom, who made sure I pronounced words constantly correctly. She was a real stickler on vocabulary. So, and it wasn't like punitive or anything. It's like, no, she would correct me. If I said something wrong, she would correct it. So I grew up being corrected. So I maybe over enunciate some words just because I'm trying to speak correctly because I grew up that way. But sorry if it's unusual. Also,
is that a pet peeve of hers? Is pronouncing words wrong?
Yeah, like she hates. If you ever want to irritate mom, grandma, nana, just say you went to the library.
Library.
I can't tell you how many times I heard her go off about libraries. What do you mean library? It's not a library.
Oh, Nina, next family gathering is going to be fun.
Library, and then say something like, I went to the store and got me some, something like that. That's a big one.
Got you some what?
Where? Because if you say I went to the store and got me some, whatever. I went to the restaurant and got me some burgers, It's just like, what do you mean? Well, who else do you get them for? So it's kind of funny. I love Mom. There's no one like her in the world.
I can't wait.
Yep. So, yeah, just don't ever go to the library.
Library.
Yep. So, all right, let's go to the next one from Sasquatch Chronicles blog. Sorry. You guys, you get a little beer in me and it just starts coming out. So it's like truth serum.
Now everyone in chat's going to start calling it library from now on.
Oh, no, they wouldn't. They wouldn't do that to her. They have too much respect for Portal Mom.
true.
All right, Sasquatch Chronicles blog next for the next story. June, I just read this one. Yeah, close them. Nice job. All right. Next one is from June 17th. And it said, all of this started on my property. A listener writes, this starting about 3 weeks ago, the woods have been very active in my neighborhood in the woods. Dogs barking more than normal, barking with a little more energy than usual, and all throughout the night. Rather than tapering out as the night gets longer or later, along with some strange howls off in the distance, whoops, owl hoots, and other strange sounds. So about 2 weeks ago, I'm laying down and I hear the craziest noise. I don't know how to type it. The first sound could have been explained away as a drunk guy, possibly dry heaving and trying to talk at the sound being amplified by the metal fire department building in the canyon below my house. But the exact same sound happened twice with the exact same cadence and tone back to back, followed by some type of scream or screech. I thought it sounded like a raccoon being killed. When I heard that, I was up and at my window trying to figure out what I just heard. As I got up from my bed, I crushed an empty water bottle with my foot, which was actually pretty loud in the dead of night. While at my window, I heard 3 very low, quiet whoops over about 5 minutes. After the next couple of nights, strange sounds continue, but nothing as loud or as close. Saturday night comes and I have my kids with me. I decided to set up a tent on my desk because we've not been able to make any camping trips this summer, and I actually wanted to get a better ear on the woods. The boys pass out pretty quickly, and I'm visited by some raccoons early on, and I scare them off. And I'm laying there listening. I think he said deck, but I said desk. Anyway,
Yep.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm laying there listening to the woods and eventually fall asleep. I'm awakened by my daughter's cat doing this pathetic meow whine that she does, and it's quite irritating because I was out cold. The cat stops her whining, jumps from the rail, and lands and tears off around the other side of the house. I'm thinking that was weird. Something scared the hell out of her. Then I hear something massive coming straight at my house with a purpose. My first thought was that it's a bear coming to get that cat, but it was stomp, stomp, crunch, crunch. I have my shotgun in the tent, and it's not loaded, but I have the shells on the buttstock belt. And I'm still anticipating bear coming through and doing bear stuff and moving on, but I'm also slowly pulling the pump down so I can thumb in a shell and prepare to wake the boys up and get in the house in case a bear comes up onto the porch and deck. I was trying to be quiet, but that slide made a slight clank, and this thing stopped dead in its tracks, probably about 15 to 20 feet away from the house. It's a standoff. I'm really starting to think that this is not a bear. After about 5 minutes of nothing, I hear this almost irritated sigh or growl, and now I'm tripping. Off in the distance, I hear almost a chorus of faint, higher pitch howls, and then one very low and heavy like a human growl howl. Then every dog within 5 miles begins to howl, not bark, but howl. And at this point, I'm frozen, waiting for this thing below me to make a move, and honestly freaking out. I hear another sigh, no movement. Then I start hearing owls talk to each other off in the different areas of the hills. About 30 minutes go by of standoff, and a freaking rock hits the top of my tent and bounces to the deck. About 10 minutes later, a stick comes whirling up and lands right behind my head in between the tent and the deck railing. I've not made a move, and then I swear I heard this thing try and meow, but it was pretty raspy.
Oh.
It's like, meow. Yeah, exactly. It's like Godzilla trying to meow. So, some more time goes on, and I hear what sounds like a man whistle about 50 yards behind me and down the hill, and within a few seconds, a car drove by. I hear this thing do its sigh a couple more times, but no movement. I'm scared. I could have probably stood up and hit this thing with my light at any point, but honestly, I didn't want to see whatever it was. The sun starts coming up and my bravery starts coming on as well. And I decided to get up and out of the tent to turn outside lights on. And nothing is there. I didn't hear this massive thing make a move for about 2 hours. I have no idea when or how it left. So that's pretty much it, man. I know it pales in comparison to some other encounters, but that was enough for me. So Sunday night, I'm already thinking I can't be the only one hearing this stuff going on. Off across the canyon, I hear the gibberish dude, and it sounds like these things were arguing, and then bang, someone took a shot, and it's pretty much died down since. Whoever took that shot. While I was at work, my son called me and said, "You're not going to believe what I just seen." He said he was sitting in bed and was on the phone with his mom when he caught some movement off in the woods. And he said at first he thought it was a crow on top of a burned out redwood stump. But he focused in and realized something was looking back at him, peeking over the stump. He said this thing locked eyes with him and began to sway side to side, and then dropped, grabbed the side of the stump, and launched itself through the woods. He said he watched this thing jump across the 2-lane road, run through the woods, and then jump down the side of the hill and was gone. The details my kid has given me is spot on, from the speed, basketball shoulders, long arms, wide thin mouth, black hollow eyes, old man face, with thick eyebrow ridge, gray skin, on and on. Yikes. Sounds like they got a family. They got a family of fun right around them.
They jumped across the 2-lane road. I was wrong.
What were you wrong about?
Assuming this is true. During our trip, remember, we're like, hey, better keep an eye out. You never know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but that's a 3-second window. Could be even less than that. If they can jump across an entire road like that.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, I've heard they can jump, like, incredibly, like, better than, the Olympic athletes, obviously, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
And they're fast. They're, like, so fast, apparently. The people that have seen them running say that it's actually frightening to watch because it's so hard to just comprehend the size of this thing moving with such incredible speed. It's actually, people say they were absolutely terrified just watching it run because it was so fast. And it just, and I guess it kind of grounds you into a reality like, yeah, I'm not running away from that, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the scary thing. Is like, if you see one, realistically, if they wanted it to be this case, there isn't literally no escape. Like, literally none.
Yeah, exactly.
Assuming you're away from your vehicle. But
yeah. I mean, if they wanted to kill you, they would kill you, but they would kill you before you even knew you were there, I think, in most parts. Unless they get a charge out of it, unless they like to just get a rise out of people, like that's maybe entertaining for them. Like, watch what the bald things do when I do this. Maybe. You don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just throwing it out there, but, I mean, probably. If you think about living in the woods, now I don't mean that, because they don't have TV, they're always bored, but these are incredibly inquisitive beings, and they are known to stalk campsites, to look in windows just to see what people are doing. They are known to be drawn to human activity, and I think it's just because it's interesting and different from everything else in their lives. Like, whatever they see us doing is so far removed from the rest of their experience that it's like, I don't know, I guess it'd be like watching fireworks for us on 4th of July. It's like, wow, check that out. That box has lights on it, and there's pictures of others of them on there, and they're moving. There's people in a box in there. It looked like magic, I suppose. But, yeah.
Well, yeah, it'd be the equivalent of us wanting to, if we could, spy on aliens doing their thing.
Right, yeah, exactly. So yeah. I think that's incredibly interesting. But I don't know what time it is. I'll tell you what.
10:51.
10:51. Let's see what we got.
And once again, time is moving fast.
Time is moving fast, but we got time enough for one little shorter story here. This is one that was on, Wes did a show about it, and this was called the Louisiana Boogers. Again, in the South, Bigfoot, Sasquatch are regarded as wood boogers or boogers. So if you see the term boogers and you're not familiar with it, well, that's where it comes from. So Louisiana Boogers, this show is now available. Tonight I'll be speaking with Arthur, who is from Louisiana. And you're supposed to say it Louisiana, not Louisiana. Louisiana.
Oh.
Arthur said, growing up with my grandmother would always warn us about the booger. Every time my grandfather took me hunting, my grandmother would say, be careful, watch out for that booger. I never really thought that much about it until the day that I saw one while hunting. I remember thinking, is that what grandmother's always been talking about? It wouldn't be the last time I saw it, and I eventually told my grandfather, and he told me, son, if you leave them alone, they'll leave you alone. But I will ask that you do not tell anyone about what you saw. My grandfather was a master outdoorsman, and I got the impression he had run-ins with them. Many years later, Arthur saw something very different from Sasquatch. So there you go. There's it sounds like an excellent episode. I haven't caught that one. I'm kind of falling way behind in my listening to Sasquatch Chronicles, listening to the confessionals. I try to keep up on what other shows are doing, but man, I've been just whiplashing around. So, but yeah.
Is it busy?
Yeah, I think that would be a great one to check out. Again, that's June 16th. So there's been a few shows since then, but, or at least, I guess, what is June 16th? I guess it was last Friday. That might be a member show. I'm not sure. But anyway, very cool. So if you're a member over there, check it out. And if you're not a member of Sasquatch Chronicles blog, or Sasquatch Chronicles, then you should be, because you're missing out on half of the episodes. And if you love the show, which I think everybody does. I mean, everybody knows Wes's show. It's like, oh, Sasquatch Chronicles. A lot of people heard about this show from my one appearance on Sasquatch Chronicles. Like, I still get people going, oh, I was listening to the back catalog of Wes's and I heard about you, heard the show you were on. And so I had to come check it out. It's crazy.
That's cool.
It's also, honestly, it's also the time that I had the biggest jump in subscriptions on YouTube. And when I was on Sasquatch Chronicles, I didn't yet have a podcast, I don't think. Or maybe it was just starting. But yeah, I mean, I had like 600 people join in one small few day window. It's like, wow, that's really amazing. Oh. So yeah, definitely support Wes and what he's doing, man. He's kind of the godfather of a lot of this. So, and he's just a great guy. So
he is,
yeah. You've talked to him, Sheldon, yeah?
I have,
yep.
Yes.
On the show when you were on, he called in. You'll have to meet Wes too. He's absolutely hilarious.
That's the thing. I was hoping he's going to be at that convention, because I did want to meet him at some point.
Yeah, he did message me and said, "Oh, I should have come over to say hi." But
that's okay.
It's okay.
He's a busy guy.
He is a busy guy, but sometime we'll cross paths again. It was a lot of fun to get together with them in Vernal, Utah. He and his girlfriend Lori, or fiance Lori. She's a wonderful person as well. Nice people. Really cool. So, anyway, what time is it now? It's actually
10:55.
It's about that time, folks. So, I hope you guys had a good time tonight. Remember, again, tomorrow night, no regular live stream happening, because I'm going to be investigating ghosts at the Montvale Hotel in Spokane, Washington. That'll be tomorrow night. And Charles Howard Johnson and I are going to be digging into it and trying to find evidence to show to all of you. And again, if you are subscribed and ring the bell, you'll be able to do the tour with me. I'll tour you around the hotel, show you the things, and talk about some of the stories and of the hotel. And if you're a member, I'll stream a little bit later, and you can take part in one of the investigations with us. So one of the segments of the investigations. Yep, exclusive. Trying to make sure you guys know that I really take your generosity to heart, and I want to make sure that it's valuable to you. I mean, I know so many of you help out because you just want to help and you want to help push the show forward. You guys are amazing. But, I just want you to also know that I recognize what you're doing. I know how hard it is for most of us to do anything. So that means the world to me. So I want to give you the most value I can. Now, if you're not a member, don't worry, because I will air. I'm putting together videos of these investigations, and I will include the member video in the actual investigation video that we put together in the documentary or video of the investigation for release on YouTube eventually. So I'm getting to that stuff as quickly as I can. My God, I wish there was 3 of me. I could do so much more. But anyway, we do what we can. So we love the portal. Thank you, Maggie. We love you too, of course. Thank you all for being here.
All.
You guys are absolutely amazing, and thank you for being here and taking a part of the show. Thank you for putting up with our stupidity and laughing with us, of course. You know, you guys are amazing. But tomorrow night's the investigation, Montvale Hotel, Spokane, Washington. It is the oldest hotel in Spokane, Washington. So a lot of history, and apparently the 3rd floor is where all the hot spots are for the haunting activity. And guess where we're staying? In the most haunted room in the hotel. So, yeah, Charles doesn't mess around, man. He's putting us right in the nerve center. Now I got to sleep in there too. So, we'll see how that goes. It's always kind of a little unnerving because it's like, is there somebody going to be staring at me all night? This is really kind of creepy. But
oh no.
Yeah, but I slept pretty well at the Davenport in the circus room. But we'll see.
Maybe they just liked you.
I hope so. I hope I'm likable to the spirits. That's good. Thanks, Brent and Sheldon. You're welcome. I'm just reading the comments. And thank you all for being here. So, again, please feel free to like if you liked what you experienced here tonight on the portal. Hit the like if you liked it a bunch. Post it, share it on your social media. That is about the best way you can support this show of all, is to just share these streams. Put links on your social media so that people may check them out. Say, hey, check out this show. I love these guys, you know, or whatever. I'm not trying to speak for you. I'm just giving you an example you may want to use.
It's okay. I'll speak for you. Say you love us very much and we're awesome.
No humility at all, folks. That's apple didn't fall far from the tree, did it? So
that's the Sheldon way.
It is. Yeah, the Sheldon way. All right, guys. Well, that's all we got time for tonight. So thank you so much for joining us. Remember, we love you all. Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other. Help each other out. Find the magic in every day, and remember to laugh as much as you can. Sheldon, anything in closing?
Absolutely. Just like I linked in chat, go ahead and save this to your bar, the Paranormal Portal home base, where you can keep up to date with podcasts. When the show's going to go live, tune in, and you can even get your own interview that you can schedule with Dad. And that's about it. And join the Discord. Join all the wonderful discussions on there as well. And remember, guys, before you go to bed, give your praise to the air elementals.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for us, guys, tonight. Thank you. And again, watch for the notifications tomorrow. I'll be streaming when I can, but it'll probably be maybe around the same time, actually. But just, ring the bell. Then you'll be notified if everything's working right and the YouTube gods love us. So we'll find out. But anyway, guys, that's it. Good night. Love you all. And we'll see you. If not tomorrow night, if you don't tune in, then we'll see you Wednesday for the next live show. Good night, everybody.
Good night.